Hi, Wesley Stevenson with Expandacraft once again. Come on in and let me show off my new toys. Now what you're looking at is a new decking. Well, it's actually not too new, but we're going to explain how we're going to go from this kayak width, which is 32 inches, same as any standard sit on top. We're going to go from this to a 2-foot wide deck. This is 1 foot. And then we're going to make it into a triple hull boat. And that one's going to be almost 5 feet wide. So here you have what can be a tandem, one person in the front, one in the back, with a standard kayak seat, or you can even put a single paddler in the center and have more room for mounting things for fishing or expedition. Now, let me show you real quick how we put this together and take it apart. I've had several ways to lash the hulls together, and I've used straps and I've used bungees. The best thing that I've ever come up with is this lashing. Lashing, you've got a good strong rope. You've got redundancy built into it so that even if you were to break one line, it's tied in such a way that it's not going to come apart on you. Incidentally too, you're going to have one of these on the front and the back, so you're not going to have an issue with your boat coming apart. Same thing on the back. Quick way to take it apart is just to pull your pin, like so. That just makes everything fall apart. And poof, you have your aluminum decking. Now, what I'm going to do is to pull this apart. I'm going to put in the medium size. Whoops, big one. There we go. Come on in close, let me show you how I do this. The best way to make it fit together is to bring your hulls up just to this point and put one slightly in like so. And once you get it to this point, you simply slide it until it gets to those stops. Now, I'm going to take the same decking, but instead of one deck, I'm going to use 2 decks. It's only adding about 16 pounds of weight, but you have now a 2-foot wide deck, and you can stand up on this thing and do the jitterbug. You're not going to turn it over. You may fall off, but then if you do, you can always scramble back on from the side, because even sitting all the way over here, you're not going to turn the boat over, and you won't even sink these hulls. Now, I'm going to go once again. Now, of course, if you were going to do this, you would lash it down. We could put swivel seats in the middle. But I'm going to turn this into a triple hull boat now. Now that's going to be a whole nother ball game. When you turn this into a triple hull, you increase not only the capacity, but you increase the stability even greater. Now what I do with this one, start here, is I have these special cross members. Like so, and I put them into the center hull. Now I attach the outer hull here. I'm going to throw one deck on. Get the other deck ready. Now here, we have to use spacers. The spacers on this end will keep this hull proper distance. So that you can then one hull here and one there. Now, like I was saying earlier, is you can run this through. I'm missing one of these on this side, but it doesn't matter for demonstration purposes. But you give this a good tug and a lashing, and it's going to stay in place. You'd run this through. I like to even give it a lash this direction, at least a roundabout. And when it's all said and done, you have multiple lines holding the boat together. Very sturdy. With built-in redundancy so that it stays in place. Another thing that I do, let me run over here, of course I do that for the back as well, is this is my tow line. I can use this, you know, to tie up at the dock, drag the boat around the beach, but you can also use it for the anchor line. But instead of having this line all strewn all over the deck, I use it not only with my cleats here to take up the length of the rope and keep it out of the way, but obviously that's even more redundancy to keep the boat together should you have any problem with that. Ta-da! Now, same thing on the back. But what I want to show you is that with this particular setup, you've got a lot more volume in the hulls, so you can carry more people. This one could easily carry 2 people, a couple of batteries, a trolling motor. I use a 30-pound thrust motor for this boat, and it goes just fine. This one is going to haul quite a bit of stuff, and the difference here too is that this one has the through hull combination. With the through hull combination, you don't have to worry about the riser kit. Now the riser kit, that comes in handy because that will get the decking up high and it gets the cross beam up out of the wave slap. But if you fish in slight chop or flat water, you don't really need the riser kit. Riser kit is for when you want to get the hulls or the cross beamers out of the water and out of the wave slap. Now, a center line is not necessary, but you can always use that if you like for redundancy's sake. If you so desire. What I do here is you can go fore and aft with a swivel seat, but the swivels, the legs cross over, they straddle the center hull, and that way you can have 2 guys sitting up in a more comfortable position, not sitting down on your butt like you are in a kayak. Well, this entire thing, everything that you've seen, both of the aluminum deckings, all of the hulls, is $1,750. Now, if you don't need a triple hull, you just want the double wide, then you can eliminate the center sections, the center hull altogether. Each individual part is $115. The bow section or a center section, and the bow is the same as the stern, they're symmetrical, is $115. So if you take away 115 times the 4, then if you have enough volume there for what you're needing, you have even better than a fishing kayak for about $1,000 less than the competition. I hope that you come and see us on the website. It's expandacraft.com. And don't forget, sign up to be a follower of our YouTube videos, because we've got more coming. We're going to deck these boats out with electric motors, seats, the whole 9 yards. So I hope that you stay tuned and see what we do with that. I'm Wesley Stevenson, expandacraft.com. See you soon.